What's up, everybody? This is Joe White here with day 3 of my WrestleMania week-long series, how they would book it, how I would book it. I'm sorry if you hear lawnmowers going in the background, guys, but it's a beautiful summer day and everybody's out there apparently mowing their fucking lawn. So, yeah. Um, let's go over quickly what we have so far. If you're just now watching the series, I advise you to go back and watch days 1 and 2 as we, run it down. Here's what I think they will book, or how I think they will book the card. You're going to have your pre-show with the Battle Royal, and then you'll have Miz versus Barrett, and the rest of the time will be filled up with video packages, I'm sure. It's an hour-long pre-show, so golly, man. 5 hours of wrestling. You're going from 6 to 11. Jeez. And everybody's bitching about how Monday nights are too much to handle. Swagger versus Del Rio is going to kick off the show. That's how I think they will book it, with Del Rio going over. Y2J versus Fandango, with Fandango going over. And that's where we're up to so far. Trying to make sure that's where we are so far, because I'm going to give you two matches today. On the how I think they will book it, your Battle Royal, Miz versus Barrett. And I'm going to go ahead and say that Barrett goes over on that one for the pre-show. Again, 5 hours of wrestling happening. I think if I were booking it, I would open up with the Tons of Funk versus Team Rhodes Scholars, with the Tons of Funk going over on that one. There, open up the show in a good way, because then you're going to have Fandango go over Y2J. And then that brings us to today, day 3. I think you're going to have what I think WWE will do is have Ryback versus Henry be next. And I think Ryback has to go over. And then I think what I would book is, instead of Ryback versus Henry going on next, I would put Sheamus, Orton, and Big Show versus The Shield, with The Shield going over. It's going to have a lot of shock on people's faces right there. The Shield goes over. Next, I think WWE, after the Ryback versus Henry match, we're kind of swapping here, because I think just flowing of the show, I think after Ryback versus Henry, then WWE will bring on Sheamus, Orton versus The Shield. And I think, after Sheamus, Orton, and Shield on my card, for those of you who could follow the bouncing ball, I would put Ryback versus Henry. So swap those two matches for me in WWE. Ryback versus Henry, again, Ryback has to go over here, folks. He's been squashed ever since, Hell in a Cell. Ryback's going over on this one. I just, it's the two behemoths going at it, as it were. So, check back tomorrow. We're going to go over, we're getting into the main events here, folks. Well, actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and spill the beans on this one. I'll give you 3 today. Your next match, it'll bring us probably around to the middle of the first or second hour. Taker versus Punk goes on next. Right after you get your fluff out of the way, you get your stupid matches out of the way, you hit them hard with Taker versus Punk. And for that match, as far as WWE goes, Taker goes over. If I were booking it, Punk would go over. I firmly believe, like, this is Taker's last year. It took so long for them to get him to go this year. It took so long. I mean, it was almost, they were well into the build for this show before they really announced that this match was happening. The style that this feud's been booked has just been horse shit. I don't like the way the feud's being, going on. They're playing off a dead man, but you know what? What else could they have done? What is it? Oh, I'm going to end the streak. I'm going to end the streak. Same shit that people have been spitting at you for 21 times now. Boring. Punk is going over, in my opinion. Knowing WWE, however, Taker is probably going over. Tomorrow, we're going to run down the main matches of the card, because I've decided that, with the day being Thursday, I'm not going to do one Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and run it all down for you tomorrow, with it being Friday. And Actually, tomorrow's Thursday. So we will have one. Sorry. Lost track of my days there for a second, folks. I will do one Thursday, and then we'll wrap it up Friday. Let me see here. What can I do? Because an idea just struck me. I'll go ahead and wrap it up tomorrow with it being Thursday. Friday, I will give a where they go from here with my card and what they could do. And I'll give you like a different types of scenarios, because a lot of things have been running through my head, and a lot of things have been running through other people's heads, and a lot of things have been running on the internet. You know, will Stone Cold show up? No, he's not going to be there. Bret Hart probably won't be there. Although it would be, I'm sorry, Bret Hart should be the one. Bret Hart would probably be a better person to induct Bob Backlund than Maria Menounos. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to wrap up the series tomorrow. Friday, I'm going to throw out a where they go from here / different scenarios for Mania bit, because there's a ton of them. If you have any suggestions for the where they go from here, or how you think the card should be booked, I'll put my email addresses and Facebooks and Twitters and all this at the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow, where we're going to wrap up the card, how they would book it, and how I would book it. So yeah, thanks for watching, folks. By the way, check out newsearchlive.com. We have our interview up there with Kevin Kelly. I've been posting on Facebook the video with Dr. Tom. Rick is a busy guy this week, so he hasn't had a chance to update the site. But please check out that interview with Dr. Tom. It's if you want to, head on over to Rick's YouTube page. I think it's MXPW, or just watch the New Search Live Facebook page, and we will have that posted for you. Or email me if you want the BitTorrent. I'll send it to you through torrent. It's doing really good on BitTorrent, actually, getting a lot of downloads. My torrent client that I have over here is constantly saying that people are downloading it, and we appreciate that. So until tomorrow, we're going to wrap it up. Please send your emails, send your questions. And then Monday night, I think Rick might be going to Raw, or he might be going, I don't know if I will be doing a show Monday night or not, because I just got a new job offer on the table. Yes, I know, I'm no longer a bum. I got a fucking job. So the status for New Surge Live is still up in the air for next week, but we will be doing a show by hook or by crook. Thank you very much for joining me. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, where we wrap everything up.
Now, what starts with the letter C? Cookie starts with C. Let's think of other things that starts with C. Who cares about the other things? C is for cookie. That's good enough for me.